Oh, shit. Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. Today's teardown is more out of necessity than just regular blind curiosity. And I'm going to have to zoom that camera right out. This is as far as it goes to be able to fit this big beastie in. And it's an Xbox 360. It's one of my Xbox 360s and it's the one I keep in the bedroom. The other one, of course, I keep randomly somewhere in the garage, which is ironic, really, because the other one is a better one with an actual real sort of hard disk. And have a look at that dust. Because this one's like a 20 gig and can't fit anything on it. Send me a hard disk, somebody. Actually, I don't even know if it's a 20 gig. I think it might even be smaller. I think it could be an 8. Did they do an 8? I remember thinking this is so small. I don't even remember hard disk ever being this small. That was the scenario. In fact, before I unplug it, I'll plug the hard disk back in. I'm just going to turn it on so you can hear what it sounds like. Well, you might not even get the full effect, but when it warms up, basically, it starts roaring. It just sounds like a tank. In fact, we don't need to turn it on. We know what bad sounding things sound like, but I will just pop out the CD in it, the DVD rather. I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5, apparently. That was the last thing I was playing. We'll pull that out. And you can see it's sort of caked in dust, so that's not a good sign. That's probably part of the reason it's sort of making that noise. But it was making that noise, before I started, kind of getting into, leaving it in the room for long periods of time. So it was an old Xbox, second hand, as per usual. So I suspect we're going to find something interesting inside, and I'm quite alarmed at how huge this is. You don't really think of how big an Xbox is until you actually start playing with it. Now, I've never actually opened an Xbox 360, so I'm going to just have to sort of grope my way around. And I'm just having a quick look across the desk here to see if there's... I think that's the one kind of tool that'll be useful to us, the pry tool. Now, this also has a sort of busted USB door, so it'd be nice to see what's going on with that. I think... There we go. I sort of had that hint. There's something to do with that front panel. You could pull it off, but that's... It looks like it's missing a spring, so yeah, if you've got one of these, let me know what's in there. I think it's some sort of spring. Again, look at this filth. Filth, flarn, filth. So I'm just going to brush this all down. I'm going to have to sort of, sanitize myself after I do this, because it's, God knows where this dust is from. It could be from drug barons and vagrants in a crack whore den. I think, aka my room, obviously. Let's see what's inside here. So there's a little button. So that's the button that gets pressed when you push the power. There seems to be an item in there. Some sort of curio, perhaps. Let's see what that is. Some sort of Kinder Egg component, I think. Another button in there. Never noticed that one. That's the Bluetooth type button. And a Microsoft label. So I think that's kind of a warranty label that is about to be voided. But then there is a tear in it here. So maybe someone's already been in there. So it's going to be nice and loose for us potentially. So I can see these tangs here. Obviously, you've got to clip these up. But apart from that, I don't really... There's no obvious sort of screws or anything from the outside of an Xbox 360. How are you? You don't have enough fingers to do all this. Let's try that. So that's those three, but nothing going on. So I'm just going to keep rotating it. Does this foot come out? Oops. Yes, I think it kind of does. I think it's meant to. I thought I might have sort of busted it then, but let's just get this tool in. Oh my life. If you could see what I can see, and you will be seeing that momentarily, I think we know where the noise is coming from, basically. That is stiff. Is there a way? It looks almost like there should be a system in place here with something to do with the feet where you can sort of poke something. Ah, look, yeah. If you poke the right thing in, yeah, that's it. Just poke something in, it'll come off. Wow. So I'm going to clean this sort of grate while you absorb the view in front of you. What you're seeing and what I'm seeing is a very, very dust-filled Xbox. And not only is it dust-filled, it kind of looks like somebody's been in here before, because this metalwork seems a bit all bent up, doesn't it? But just to sort of give an example though, look at this. Could this be the worst Xbox in the world? Oh, that's scary bad, huh? That is... And it smells. It's got that weird dust smell. Oh, it's making my eyes itch just looking at it. I've got to get rid of it. So I've got a bin just off camera. I might just give this a little quick brush with my brush into the sort of bin directly. Oh, the fumes. Okay, that's gross. I should have two cameras set up, shouldn't I? So you could see that filth, but that's better. Right, so that maybe that's it. That's maybe me done. But I suspect if it's that bad, there's going to be more inside it. So just going to try to work out how you get this back off. So if someone's got in here before me, it's definitely sort of doable. It looks like they've opted for sort of clips on everything. There are these sort of suspicious little holes. But it's weird because if someone's been in here before, you kind of expect to see their tool marks, but there isn't any, so maybe it's not that tricky. Ah, hang on, let's get this bit out too. There's that pokey trick. I think the pokey trick only works if you know where you're supposed to be poking it. Come on, pokey thing. Yeah, no, this is pretty full of crap too. Oh, I should have brought a bloody torch, shouldn't I? Ah, okay, so there's something in there. You can just see the grey. The grey. But nothing is going on. We don't want to break it, do we? Let's give this. I can certainly see that. Ah, here. Is that it? Yes. You've just got to persevere, haven't you? It's good. I wonder if Microsoft engineers would know exactly where to stick it. That should be on a t-shirt. Microsoft engineers know exactly where to stick it. So again, just off camera, giving that a brush with my little brush. I'm going to have to have a shower after this, getting coated. But yeah, I mean, these are quite easy to clean up. If you don't have one, get just a little brush. No. No, missus, no. All right, into the bin. I mean, you can see my bin if you want. Get all the wee heebie-jeebies out. I'm going to blow on my camera because it's settling on it. Ugh. Right, so I got that wee heebie-jeebies. Heebie-jeebies. Oh, there's more though. Oh. I wish I had my airline hooked up. I think if you've got one, get your compressor on at this point. In fact, if you got a compressor, I suspect if you'd sort of given it the once over before you even get this far, your lungs will thank you. So I'm just trying to sort of prise it here now. So you can see I'm using my new camera aperture settings now, which is giving me a far look at the focal plane. In focus here and in focus here. That's going to help a lot, and I do apologise. I have had this camera from virtually day one, so you could have had you know, at least 750 videos in better focus without having to wait for me waiting for focus. I do apologise, but we live and learn. And then I remembered sort of why I bought a very expensive camera in the first place, only to not bother learning how to use it. But that's fine. I'm going to keep that secret with me, perhaps, or I shall reveal how I did it. Give away the tricks of the trade. Bollocks, look at this. I'm kind of starting to damage this bugger now rather than actually getting anywhere in it. Let's I can see it's definitely made up of these sort of big clips. There's definitely big clips in there. And they definitely look like they need to be poked through, but maybe you just need to poke them with something. Can you hear that there? Maybe that's the sound of them unlatching. This is the sound of an invasion. This is the sound of a tribe called Quest. Yeah, lots of clicking, lots of cracking, but not lots of separating. I'm going to stand up for this. I'm going to look in there. Oh yeah, okay, I can see what it's doing. When you're pushing these through, you might just be able to see in there is some sort of a clip thing going on. Let's see if we can, yeah. Bill Gates, you bastard! Why did you make it so hard to open? I mean, I can't even open these bloody ones, which are like easy by comparison. Look, that one's done. That one's done. That one's done, and that one's done. So it should just fall apart, shouldn't it? Oh, it does. Alright. I shall eat my words. Maybe that's what you have to do on the other side. Sort of lever several. It almost feels like you could just get it out at this point. No, but maybe this sort of slight bend in the case lets me look down. And yeah, it's worth doing actually. You do have to keep going because I can see even at this angle that there's loads of filth further down in that unit. So let's peel this off like a banana. This is the point where I wish I watched YouTube videos on how to open the bloody Xbox case. Why didn't I? It's not like I'm not on YouTube. I think I'm pretty much exclusively YouTube now. Is anybody else exclusively YouTube for their entertainments? Alright guys, I think I'm going to jump cut for this. After prodding, I was on the right lines. It turns out that you see inside these little dimples there are these little things, and if you push them down you'll hear it do that noise. Remember that noise we heard earlier? Do all of them, and that's actually all of just the clips unlatching. So there, now I've got all these plastic divots that I'm going to have to sort of rub a tool like this down them to sort of smooth them out so it doesn't look like an idiot who couldn't get into his Xbox. So I'm just smoothing out those plastic things that I knackered. There you go. It's as if I was never in there. Look at that filth! More freaking filth, man! So before I wipe that though, I'm just going to wipe this bit because look at that. I don't know. If you do have a garden and you're not trying to record it on YouTube, I suggest take this bloody thing outside. There we go. And then you've got here, and here, full of shiash. Shiash is what it's called. I wonder how far we have to go really, because that's the... I'm looking into the fan units right now, which are these, and I can see meh, it is everywhere now. It's so airborne. I'm eating somebody else's face properly. Yeah, the fan units here are kind of full of crap, but I think we're going to get through them. It looks like I need a bloody Torx bit now. Torx bit, it looks like a T10, so I've got a security bit T10. Will it fit? No. So if you haven't got one, a Torx bit is the one that looks like a star. Right. Just remembered, I do have this kit as well, which does have some Torxes. It talks the talks, but does it walk the walks? This looks one size too low, as it would. Of course it does. But yeah, we're going to use this, and I'm just going to go get a drill. So the reason for the drill isn't because I want to do it particularly quickly or anything. It's just purely because I don't have a handle handy for these bits, and the drill does, but that's good because it sort of helps us out. Now I did notice there are 4 of these flathead ones. Yeah, there we go, as I suspected. That look like they are, you know, working their way through the entire chassis. So I think if we get these out first, they're clamping the whole thing down. That's them done. Where else are we? Nothing beats the hobo life, stabbing folk with my hobo knife. Okay, it sort of wants to go but doesn't want to go, so I'm wondering again if it's more clips. I don't think it's... Ah, hang on, there's one here. Ooh, and another one. I think that's all of you long buggers out now. It is. See how that's coming off? I'm just going to move this eject button away because it looks like the eject button's going to get broken if you don't. Yeah. Hurrah! Hurrah! Ugh, gross. I'll let you look in this Xbox for a moment, again, while I brush the lidded detritus. And you're probably saying in the to yourself, well, you're making a video, why can't you bloody do that off camera or in your own time? But I think it's fun. It's a real... Oh, it went in my mouth that time. A real-time video so that we can see how long it actually takes. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty shitty, isn't it? Look at that. It's just full of the funk, full of the itis. I'm going to give it a quick brush off camera, but yeah, look at that. That is absolutely horrific, isn't it? Absolutely horrific. I don't know why I'm putting it, trying to dust it into the bin. It's like, it's not, it's just going airborne, really. So I was worried it would need new fans, but I don't think it needs new fans. It just needs this whole thing cleaning out. I'm just going to sod it. I'm just going to blow the thing. I think it came from a smoker's house. I think I can taste the woodbines. Oh, it's bitter. It tastes bitter in my mouth. That's not right. Okay, so let's see if we can just get... If I can get this sort of heat sink off, I think I can get to where it... what's this sticker? Sticker. That's how they hold the drive in, with a sticker. Nice. You see a bonding strap. Bondage strap away. Let's get that out. Cute. So it's a SATA drive. Nice. Nice. Again, give it a wipe, give it a clean. If you're doing this, just clean everything as you're doing it. I mean, what's the point? You don't want to put anything back, do you? Uh-oh. We've lost our lights. Ah, there we go. Ah, the Xbox is sitting on our light switch. This is my new light setup, by the way. with the whole aperture camera thing. But if you remember from my light box, DIY light box, oh shit, my DIY light box video has the light switch is actually on the plug. Yeah, I think that's why it's kind of gross, don't you? I mean, we should do this like do 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 do. Right, enough of that. Sorry about that. Got carried away. Yeah, I'm just going to wipe this bit out now. That's the sort of cooling shroud. The shroud of mystery. There we go. Get that off. Get that filth off. Now that is absolutely... It's grim, isn't it? It be reet grim like. And I'm just going to clear space. I think I want to turn it this way so we can get it all in frame, just to sort of get the full grimness. You've got basically 2 blocked fans that are full of shit, and just all of this fur everywhere, and the fans are coated in it. You know what I was going to do? I was thinking, oh, this is one of those ones where I'm going to open it up and put new paste down and just do loads of cooling things and maybe fit a water cooler, because I've got a spare one, that one that didn't work on my PC that kept breaking it. But it's just, it doesn't need it, does it? It just needs... it needs me to wear a bloody mask. It just needs a clean. I think it's going to be as good as new when it's just had all of this out. And I might just have to just go outside with this and give it a damn good thrashing. And just sort of shake it all out into the sort of Mother Nature. Let Mother Nature eat this woodbine fueled crap. So yeah, that's agitated now, more or less. I think if you give it a good old blow... Oh, I could do that. Alright, let me just give it a shake and I'll blow it in the office. Hang on, over into the bin. It's when you breathe in, you got to be careful. Turn your head. There was a lump of it that time. Oh God. Right. Let's pretend I'm really concerned about the cooling beyond. Look at this. The fans are going to need to actually have a bit of extra. I can see that. Let's just have a quick look here while we're here. Just see if I can prise them out. It looks like they could come out the chassis with a bit of gentle leverage. I'm pretty sure this isn't how you're supposed to take them out. But let's just see. Yeah, you can. Look. Nice. Nice. Do that. My mouth really does taste bitter. I know, you know, like you think I'm putting it on for effect. I really aren't. I really aren't. I really am not. It's a bit like if you watch Mike Jevons. Does anyone watch Mike Jevons? And Ashens does it. Stuart Ashens does it a little bit. It's when they sort of try food and they do that, you know, like fake vomiting. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't know if it's fake vomiting or real vomiting. But if it's real vomiting, they're way too sensitive a soul, aren't they, to be trying any sort of food. I mean, that's... I don't know how they go through life, frankly, if it's that bad. Because I can eat loads of food. I'm fine. You can see professional. I was really professional there, how it went quiet as I sort of walked across the back office. But I thought I'd get some flux clean. Oh, I've got foam cleaner as well, but foam cleaner I find a little bit irritating to my skin. And the weird thing is, look, we're cleaning everything as you go along, but it's all getting bloody covered again. So I think you got to do a first round and then clean it again on reassembly. But these are the fans, and this is something that fell out of the bin, but that'll be fine for us. It's a cardboard box, and we're going to just put the fan in the cardboard box. Flux Clean's nice because it has a little brush on the end, so let's see what we can do with this. So you can see it's all got funk inside the fan bits, so I'm just going to sort of run that around there. I'm just going to coat it first, let it soak that in. So the thing about Flux Clean is it's PCB cleaner, so it's relatively safe, I think, for most things. But you might want to be a bit careful with fans because it might get into the bearings and wash out any sort of lube that they've got. So don't do it that way round, but just going to run that round in there. They look pretty clean from this direction. It's the other direction though that looked a bit filthy, so we're going to spend a bit more time flipping it over. This was the sort of easiest way because this one just doesn't have any bars, but there's loads of obstructions on this side. But let's get in there, finger. Oh yeah. It looks like it's going to be really difficult to get off, but I think the Flux Clean's just etched it away, and it's kind of soft filth. Get rid of the soft filth first. So Flux Clean has a sort of mildly citrus smell, so that's going to be nice when you turn this on for the first time. It'll fill the air with its citrus bounty. Now it does make me want to do my other Xbox. I do have another Xbox and it's kind of loud, and I know Xboxes are supposed to be a bit loud anyway. So it's a much younger one, it's a black one, which I think it was the Xbox Elite. But you know, even the Xbox Elite must be a good few years old now, so depending on what sort of household it was kept in and whether or not it was dusted, that could be really filthy. So it wasn't that bad a job to get into this. But what we're going to do now next, I think that's all right. You know, that's pretty good enough. I mean, you could go and try to make that spotless, but it's only going to get more on it anyway. So we'll put this aside because we'll probably use that jizzy rag at the end. So this is our Xbox with the heatsink arse assembly, as it's known by me. So I'm going to flip this over, and I think it's held in with these Torxes here. Those, are they the ones that are on my drill? I mean, I wouldn't use a drill. Good, they're not. They're slightly smaller. I wouldn't advise you use a drill, of course, to do the Torxes. The Torx. Why am I saying Torxes on a heatsink thing? So we're just going to do that by hand. So I know you're getting a lovely view of the back of my hand. I'll show you the back of my hand, laddie boy. As was often said to Johnny Briggs back in the day. Who remembers that? I think Johnny Briggs, though, was that the one which was had to be exactly the same length as Johnny Briggs's theme tune. Now, do you remember what the name of his dog was? Because I have a feeling his dog was named Razzle, which is the name of a sort of a pornographic publication in the UK here. What did I just undo? If not, I think I undid those things. But maybe I didn't. Let me. So I've undone part of the heatsink assembly. So I'm just going to sort of try to peer this way through the grid here. But obviously it's not coming off. So maybe just the tiniest amount of brute force, just to see what happens. Ugh. Nope. That's no good. Whatever that I just did is no good. So that being said, I think we're almost really at the point where we can take the whole motherboard out anyway, so we'll just crack on, shan't we? We'll just crack on. The other side screw now. No Johnny Briggs. This is more of a last of the summer wine move, but I can't remember the last of the summer wine theme. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. So I'm just eyeballing this thing. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. This is held on with a connector, by the way, this front panel. Do, 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 do. Lots of screws. I'm confused. I'm confused by all these screws, and I am gonna be shafted. This panel looks like it's got the Bluetooth type module, or whatever the controllers use, and associated antenna. Isn't that fascinating? Fashion is fascinating, Money Penny. Might be a screw hidden here. Aha! Aha! Das ist screwed! So yeah, you saw that. I levered off the button. This is kind of cool because this would be easy to do Xbox panel mods. But yeah, look at that. That's quite nice design, really, with a little clip-on connector. Right. This motherboard should be starting to look a bit slack. Bing, 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 bong, 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 bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. I don't see... The only thing that's weird is this kind of slightly mashed-looking thing here. What's that? Oh. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. It seems to have freed the motherboard. Well, that corner. Bing bong bing, bing bang bong. Why am I humming Peppa Pig tunes? Oh, come on, you bloody thing. Just why are you being so tenacious, man? You know it's going to be good for you. Is there a screw under this? Oh, of course there is. So that bit where I stuck over this bit of tin foily stuff that was holding the stopping the DVD drive from getting away, of course. One more screw. If you've ever undone a gearbox or an engine or a clutch plate or something, there's always one hidden screw, and you'll be trying to lever that busted off for ages, and you'll find that one sort of bolt or whatever. Eek. And as soon as you undo it, the whole thing just falls apart like finger tight. And it's the same sort of thing. I'm just going to give again this shell mine bitter a little wipe. But while I'm doing that, I'm just going to gently put this upside down, and look, you can admire it while I do that. I like how the heatsink brackets are X formation. It's almost as if it's quite fortuitous to Microsoft. They always are, but Microsoft could always claim that we did it that way on purpose. And boy oh boy are our engineers shit hot, because even the stuff you don't see toes the company line. So I'm just going to leave the metalwork down below, and I think it's probably good to just wipe this board and this sort of random kind of weird melty crap off the bottom. All the chips have clods of dust, as looks like slight moisture damage too, so always nice. Fortunately, we do have our flux clean though, so we can give that whole PCB the once over. Actually give that a proper clean, as if it was just coming out of the factory. It'll be virgin. The virgin PC. Just to give you a sort of taster. The virgin taster is... let's just zoom in somewhere. Might have to zoom back out, it doesn't work. But yeah, actually look here. See that sort of white crap? So what we do, look at that. That was quite a lot of flux cleaner. Yeah, I've got a brush somewhere. Ah, there he is. There he is. So put your tissue on and then get your brush and just gently massage it around, and then once you reveal it, it'll all be clean. Or just, you know, you could just do it with your finger, I suppose. Be a bit gentle. We'll leave it alone, it's probably alright. If your Xbox was working before, it'll probably continue to work. I think it was the dust though that was the main worry. So looking at the board, it's good we undid the screws. They definitely need to be undone. He says grabbing onto this electrolytic cap and almost pulling it off the PCB. Don't do that. Be very cautious of those. They look like they're going to go. So this bracket gives me that sort of feeling. I'm hooked on a feeling that it's definitely a kind of a spring clip that needs to be unclip-ed. So I don't know if this was something that Microsoft would have had a special tool to do or not. So I'm just going to be a little bit coy. I'm not going to use my biggest pliers in doing it, because if you slip and you hit the PCB, it's going to be bad. You might break it. Your possibility of breaking it's going to be quite high. So yeah, just don't hit it. Like me, I was applying the force away from the board, so when it would slip away. Away! But yeah, before we go any further, I'm just seeing if there's any other obvious way that's easier. No, these things look like they're screwed into the bottom of these heat sinks. So you're never going to be able to unscrew them. So yeah, it looks like you really do have to figure out a way of getting this bracket off. And you don't want to put too much tension on all of the bits, because you're going to break something. So there is some lateral play in it though. I just pushed it and I saw the whole thing slide ever so slightly up that way. I'm going to give it one more go. But if that doesn't work, I think it'll be... Yes, that did work that time. Look. See? Otherwise it would have been time to consult the Grand Oracle of Wikipedias or something similar. That's still... It's not easy, to be honest. Again, another electrolytic. What the heck? My wife, my life. Watch the electrolytics. They're like getting bent over all over the shop. I'm holding it by the actual fins now. I'm going to keep it zoomed out. I know you might have to squint, but get a HD telly, you'll be alright. Yeah, I'm going to probably jump cut. Have a quick look, see if there's a better way, and if not, well, anyway, I'll tell you. I'll let you know. Every bit of advice I saw was as bad as the sort of previous one, so I took a flat head screwdriver. I took what looked like the least crap, and well, it sort of worked a second ago. Let me just show you what I did. So I've pushed that up, and I'm sort of just putting it in the end here, and just prying it like that. That works. And I'm doing it pretty gently, to be honest with you. There's still caveats apply. If this gets loose, you're going to break something. There looks like a little spacer doohickey that was there. Save that. Give that a little clean. Nice. This is going to be nice when it's done though, isn't it? It's going to be all, tidy like. It's going to be tidy. No, that one's just... It's fighting me. It's either that or the screwdriver's bent. Lost the screwdriver, it's hidden away like a turtle. Like Touche Turtle. Maybe I could do it sideways on. Let's try that. Not really. You kind of need to get it in that bit, because that's the bit which is kind of forcing the clamp off around the peg. Saying that, if I can get that in, I can probably just about get an electrical screwdriver in, which are a lot more sturdy. And they are. Come on now, you're almost there. I tell you what, it's hot in here. It's a hot day today, and this light setup is boiling. In fact, I'm kind of worried that it's too hot. Might need to check that out. Let's Come on! It's so close now. It's literally like having a 60-watt bulb in front of your face. Let's try this one. Looks like an easier one, seeing as it's. Oh, I tell you what, it's nothing is easy on this machine. I might as well just jump cut. You could just see me struggling with this. You're going to struggle with it too. Just get on with it, struggle with it. When you're done, we'll meet back here. It is done. Didn't really take anything other than just fighting it. Right, get that nice and clean. Mr. Clean, get some teen things clean. I'm not going to do a proper clean of this. I'm just going to go around all of the ICs and be slightly gentle with the other bits. Lots of small components here that could easily get knocked off. And just because I want this is a very gentle brush. It's like a lint brush, and just use it to sort of whisk away off any dust. Whisk it away. Good, that's clean as it's ever going to get by me today. So here we go, that's that. Heat sinks are off. Yes, blow the dust into my pile of stuff that I don't want really dust on. The paste is a bit like sticky, really. It's not like paste, it's just gone sticky and horrible. Might as well just get rid of it. I don't think you really want any of that. That's scraped off, and I'm hoping I've got some sort of paste. I've normally got paste lying around anyway, but I don't know what kind or quality. It's all much of a muchness, really, isn't it? That's weird, actually. It is super sticky on these. It is a bit of a weird texture. It's definitely sticky, but yeah, look at that cleaner just working it. It's working it. We're getting a shine now. We're getting that Microsoft luster back. Might want to just give it a little going over again with our brush. If you want one of these brushes, you will have to go to a sort of like, I don't know, I'm thinking a 1950s Taylor or something. That's clearly what it's from. And if you're very gentle, with a very gentle thing like this, and be very gentle because tiny components, you can just sort of rub around and you will get a layer of crap. You will get a sort of mist off there. So there's the heatsink with a heat pipe. Now's a good time though to sort of get in there and clean that out over your bin or whatever you're doing this in, or if you're doing it in your kitchen, put it in the dishwasher. No, don't put it in the dishwasher. That bit's good, that's clean. This bit, yeah, I mean that heatsink's not bad, to be fair. I mean it probably just lost its crap when we were just manipulating it. Let's get this old gunk off it. Look at that, it's just like gunk, really. You can see I've sort of scored it there. If you can avoid it, just avoid scoring it, obviously. Just clean is good. There, it's fine. That's fine. You've got like some nice score marks to act as a guide to where to put your paste now. So I'm looking over at my shelf. I do have a variety of pastes. But actually I've got also a tube of Arctic, so we can give it a rare treat and give it a little bit of the old Arctic, whatever this is. I'm going to go for the order of the big one first, purely because if you flip this over and then try to fit it, this heatsink's going to be floating in the air and more likely to break, so that's fine. I never know how much of this stuff to use. I'm going to just, if that's the CPU chip right there, I'm going to zoom in just to sort of give you the idea of how big a blob I think it should be. It's going to be, I think that's more than enough. Yeah, just that. I might just do the others while I'm here so I can put the tube away. You don't need usually a massive amount, but I'm just going to make sure it's coated. That's absolutely plenty. no matter what you put, it's almost guaranteed to be too much, but I don't think it has any negative effect if you do put a bit too much. As long as you just don't pour loads and loads in, because it'll melt and drip and just make a mess inside. So there's our first heatsink. I can't remember if it came on that way or that way. I'm going to go with that way so it matches the orientation of all of the other heatsinks. Yeah. So we're going to pop that in and we're going to flip that around. Got the 4 doohickeys sticking up now. So that is where the interesting challenge comes of putting one of these back on. Make sure it's got the black thing, the big bobble up and the 2 little bobbles locked in. I don't think it had a particular way round. It certainly didn't appear to when we took it off. Ouch, that was easy. That is easy. Yes, result. Well done, Microsoft. At least you made the tedious part easy. And to be fair to Microsoft, they were sort of designing this for assembly, not disassembly. They probably don't intend to have them disassemble that often. Let's get the next piece in. Boom! Just notice there's some electrolytic holes here. I don't know what they are for, but maybe you could populate those and it'll be slightly less noisy. When I say less noisy, I mean digitally, not sound-wise, because I very much doubt putting a couple of electrolytics there are going to attenuate the sound, but you could have a go. If you do, let me know if that worked for you. Now, I don't have anything to sort of push onto like the other big heatsink, so that's no fine though. You can just hold it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Just giving it all a bit of a jiggle. That's good. That's real good. I think we're definitely on the home straight here now. That it can just go back in the chassis, frankly. Oh, what happened? I think I almost ripped my leg open on this little metal earth bonding strap. Yeah, let's pop that back on. Just in case it's important, it's not. That goes in there. That went in that away. So there's little springs on the back of all of the connectors. They're there to make sure that there's connectivity with the chassis for grounding reasons, for noise, RF noise. Just don't make sure they're bent over the wrong way or something, because that's going to be a problem if it is. Now, I didn't pay any attention at all when we were taking those screws out. Shit. So this is going to be a problem. The only one I remember was that one went in there. I'm just sort of thinking what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Looks like it all went wrong. Don't let the sun be the one to change you, baby. These ones are easy, I just remember them, so I'm just going to put them in. Wanna know. That's good. That's tight. It's tight, man. It's real tight. Now there are 2 more of these small black screws into something else, so I'm not sure what they were into. If you're doing this yourself, don't run away with it like I am. Just tighten them. Just kind of get them in a bit loose, like that. I'm just sort of do them half loose, and then wang them in at the end. Just give them that last bit at the end. In fact, I can try and do it now because I know they're aligned, but you might find that you've done one heatsink set of screws and then you won't bloody get the other ones in because they're all gone wonk. So I'm just sort of, I'm very, oh, I remember now where these black screws are from that front face panel with the button. So that's where we got the extra ones of those. There's 3 of those. This Torx bit I'm using is ever so slightly too small. So there's a good chance of knackering them, so just be a bit cautious with the old Torx bits. There we go. Yeah. I think you could do a video. You could do 2 videos of this, couldn't you? One of the disassembly and one of the reassembly. But I think that's what the lesser YouTube channels would do in trying to create additional content. I kind of think if you've disassembled it, you're definitely going to want to assemble it again, and you're definitely pretty sure. Oh, that's not twisting. Oh, have we worn our tool down? Oh, why don't I just use the proper one then? I'm pretty sure you're going to be assembling it on the exact same day because you'll be too eager too eager with it, you'll want to try it out for sure. Let's get that panel on, just because it's easy. It uses up some of those screws. Oh, I could almost see myself doing an LED swap on this at some time in the not too distant future. Someone didn't tighten their bit. Dirty bit. Oh, there's still a bit of... How did that bit of filth remain, that cheeky bugger? So we got really long screws. Actually, looking at it, I think we'll be alright with the screws, you know, because all the rest are just really... You got the super long ones that went through, and then the all the rest are just the ones that you'll see. It just went in the chassis. Oh, which way around does this go? That way. It's got a little up arrow. Come on. Bill Gates' dream. Nice work. Nice work, Bill. Let's get that fan in. I'm going to do that sliding in at an angle trick. But not before. You bastard. It's locking itself in already. It's settled down. I'm just going to get in there and get that power lead in because it looks like it could be. There you go. That's fine actually. I was going to say not before getting the power lead in, but I kind of did before. And that slips right in. Bang! That was easy. It was dead easy. You'll be dead gorgeous. Right. Little screws. Little screws, let me in. Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin. So if you're using an electric screwdriver, set the ratchet, that's that thing there, down to 1, so you can see it doesn't over tighten. Yeah, it still over tightens actually, just be careful. The ratchet didn't trigger. Yeah, don't use an electric screwdriver, I think is probably the more sensible advice actually. It's bad news. There we go. I'm holding it really lightly so that when you see the driver move, I'm just sort of letting go instantly. Bam! Manual torque wrench. Where else do we have holes? Here's one. Yep. Not more. Only got 3 screws left actually. We're almost there. Come on now. Where are you? I'm making a conscientious effort as well as not putting my head in the video because it annoys me when I see it. I watch back one of these videos and I see my head bobbing around like a Churchill dog in the back of an advert, and I think, oh, get your head out, or at least put some product in your hair and then like gel it back like an old movie vampire, and then it won't fluff around. Right, well that's actually it. That's all those in. Last bit of give it a last reach bleed blue job. Why it's so weird. I kind of was looking for the hard disk, as if there's a hard disk in an Xbox 360, but yeah, you keep sort of forgetting it's not PC because they're so PC-like. It's easy to sort of remember, get confused. That goes in there. That I remember. That's our eject button. I remember we did something with that eject button. Hang on, something's not right. Something is not right. Okay, so that drive is basically just floating. Be careful. I kind of pushed it back by accident. Then we had a bit of a cowling, a Noel Coward thing going on. How much is that dog in the window? Oh, you bastard. The one with the frizzly tail. Waggly tail. I've seen on eBay that people seem to be able to buy, or seem to be selling, sort of clear fans and different fans to put in here. So if you're thinking of doing a mod like that, obviously now is the time to put in that fan. Frankly, you're not going to see it, so unless you're doing some sort of super pimp case mod, I don't see the point of that. He's kind of looking around like a looking around person. Ah, there it is. I was wondering, is there a lid for this thing? Yes, there is. There's the lid right there. So I think we pop the lid on, and then the whole thing flips over and we put those long screws in. That would be my best guess. So I'm just looking cautiously, just to make sure nothing goes inside, because I think it should all be on the outside. And it is. So what I mean by it is these sort of tang things. Nice, got a little bit of foil here, so I'll just stick that on the drive where it was. You know, if we're going to do a job, let's do it right. And our final screws. It's the final countdown. Doo-doo-doo. These are into plastic, so don't use an electric drill. Or you will shear them. We're almost there. Hi ho! That was almost too much. Someone's gonna need some glue if he does it again. That's it. Good. Quick wipe of that. Just going to clip that. The front is clipped on. The back now. Just wondering. Remember the back had. That's okay actually. The back obviously had some sort of process, if you recall, to get it off. We won't put the front on though yet, because we'll put the top and stuff. Remember the top? It's a bit awkward. I could have done a way better job cleaning this. If you're doing this, maybe you might want to consider soaking those parts in some clean water. Clean water. Clean water. You want some water? Yes, I do. Okay. I'm just looking at that just to see if I've got anything that I could make a spring out of. And I'm guessing it's kind of like a little spring like that. I'm gonna go with no. So there, it's forever pants now. Forever pants. Good. So that's the whole Xbox now bolted all back together. All the panels in. Hard disk. Quick once over. Nice and clean. Boom. All we need now is our adapter. Oh crikey! Which was on the floor. So absolutely got coated in everything. And I'm hoping it will power up at least enough to let us change our Xbox game. Put it back in. Now you will not believe that everything in here is coated. I'm just looking at it under the harsh bright lights here, and it is absolute filth. It's definitely nicotine stained yellow dust. I think it sounds quieter already, he says. I guess I'm not really going to know until I'm playing sort of Gears of War, or something hard. Stay open. I'm actually brushing the DVD drive out. Get in there. There's no reason to think there'll be no dust in there. But yeah, I hope that's been of some use to you. That's the whole process. I don't know how long it actually took, but it felt like maybe half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. I think now if I was doing it a second time, I'd do that well quick. So I'm more than happy to do that on my second Xbox 360. I hope that's been of some use to you. Please comment down below, like, share and subscribe if you're that way inclined. If you fancy buying me a coffee, head over to Patreon. Look at the link down below, it's there. Or have a look now at my new website, because I'm bringing that online now. I'm going to start selling some stuff, putting all my daily blogs on there, putting my YouTube on there, and projects. So much for you to do. I'm going to keep you so busy as ever. Thanks for watching.